Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Disney Morning Show. I'm Kyle, the editorial director for Laughing Place, and joining me this morning is Tony.
Hello, everybody.
How you doing, Tony? Did you have a good weekend?
Say that again?
Did you have a good weekend?
I had a good weekend. It was filled with awards, which we'll talk about in a minute, but yes.
Nice. I got back from Vegas on Saturday. Got one of those flights where the pilot's like, we're just going to have to deal with this turbulence because we can't go anywhere else. I was like, okay, cool. I guess we'll just sit here then. But it wasn't too bad. And they're like, I don't know. It was just weird because it was the opposite of what he said it was. He said it was going to be smooth going there and then bad when we landed. And it was rough the entire time and then fine when we landed. So I don't know. Pilots don't.
Speaking of winning big at awards, did you win big in Vegas?
I did okay.
All right.
I played a little bit because reasons. But let's say some hellos before we get started in the show.
Yeah, hello to Fred. Top of the morning. He comes in peace also.
Because Buzz Lightyear.
Okay. I also always think of Mars Attacks when I hear that for whatever reason, but we come in peace. Happy Monday, fun day party, peeps. That's hey to you too, Gio. And hello to Nikki B, who changed her icon to a cuddly cat. I like that we both like, what is that?
What is it? All right, let's get started the same way we start every show. So the last time that we checked in on the Disney stock, it was at 114.63. Right now it is at 113.20, down 2 and nearly 0.5% for the day. Not so great, but still a lot better than it has been in the past sometimes. So anyway, let's jump into the bulk of the show. Tony, the Golden Globes were last night, and you have some weird accusations about Michelle Williams on the sheet. But
yeah, I saw this is why that stock is down. Disney was nominated in 28 different categories. 28 different nominations across the different categories, but only took home one trophy last night, and that was for Michelle Williams' performance in FX's Dying for Sex. But other big winners of the night were One Battle After Another, Hamnet, all kinds of craziness. Usually what is almost a guarantee for Disney.
I've never heard of that show, All Kinds of Craziness.
It's a drama, which is kind of funny because it sounds like a comedy, right? But no. K-Pop Demon Hunters took the big title, for me anyway, of animated, best animated feature, which is usually a lock for Disney in some way. It did not... Disney did not win in that regard after 2 nominations, Elio and Zootopia 2. But anybody who's paying attention knew K-Pop Demon Hunters was going to walk away the winner in that one.
My favorite part is that you titled this live blog, winners, and then you went back and made it singular.
So at the end of every little Inside LP, at the end of every award ceremony I cover, I'll go back and change wording and kind of wrap up the event and make it more of an evergreen post than a live blog. And in this particular instance, with Disney having only been one award, I definitely went back and just changed it to singular. And best podcast answering Nikki B went to Amy Poehler's Good Hang.
Did that bring you joy?
It did. If you follow our Twitter, I definitely threw that out there too.
I do like that. I've listened to a few episodes that are more accurately, I've watched a few episodes of that show, and I like that she talks to somebody who's like a friend of her guest before the guest comes on and asks them a question that their close friend gave her. I think that's
I liked how they introduced it. They did Nikki Glaser, who hosted the ceremony, did a parody of Nicole Kidman's AMC Theaters thing, but it was basically her walking into AMC and finding out it's closed. So she goes back into her car and puts on a podcast. And they immediately, as soon as she loads it up, it's like, we're going to go to a magical place of listening to hearing people talk. And then it cuts to a Bombas ad, which made
Yeah, better than some of the other ads that they could have done. But
my favorite moment, though, went to Stephen Graham from Adolescence, who was very genuine and very thankful when he won for actor. but then got starstruck in the middle of the speech, and he's like thanking his friends, you know who you are. If I forgot to name you by name, just know that I'm. And then he catches Queen Latifah in the audience and goes, Queen Latifah, oh, what an honor, and like takes a little bow and then keeps moving with his speech. But yeah.
My favorite part of that clip was hearing you move a file to a different folder or whatever and getting that little Mac noise.
So, fun fact, that was not me. I pulled that clip from somewhere else. And yes, it definitely has that in there. And I laughed at that, yeah.
Well, speaking of things that make noises, the BDX droids are continuing their world tour. They've appeared at Disneyland. They were at Walt Disney World, Tokyo, Paris. And most recently, they were spotted in the Hyperspace Lounge aboard the Disney Wish. This comes from the DCL Zero that shared this. Way to mute it. But there they are. So no idea if how long they'll be there for. They just kind of pop up from time to time. I guess they were at CES, the NVIDIA keynote. I didn't see them there, but it's they just pop up. I imagine that I know that there's 3 that travel in a group, but I wonder how many sets of 3 there are now. Or if
I'm guessing at least 3, but
it's a fair guess.
Because we also saw, oh, I forgot her name, but that one podcast host or vlogger or whatever, Michelle Carre. She went to Imagineering and made a BDX droid, so they're at least duplicating them. But yeah.
Well, sticking on the topic of DCL, because I'm switching my own outline, Wall Street Journal put out a piece this week that we'll talk about in just a second. But as part of that, they mentioned that the Disney Adventure, one of the things was Disney figured, acquiring this ship would be really cheap, which it was, but the retrofit cost double what they were expecting. So they didn't really save as much money. They shaved a lot of time, as they say. But as far as the budget to retrofit this, which they it was a ship built for gambling, and then they decided to turn it into, a storytelling Disney Cruise Line thing. So they spent a lot redeveloping it and adding all sorts of stuff, but we'll see how it turns out for them. It seems like it's already doing well based on initial bookings. Mm-hmm. So that's the thing about cruise ships is they cost a lot of investment up front, but they earn that back relatively quickly. So as long as it does that, all will be forgiven. But yeah, interesting that they spent a bit more than they anticipated.
I'm curious to see what happens with that one after, because it's exclusive to Singapore for at least 5 years. Mm-hmm. That could get renewed, but it is registered in the Bahamas, which is kind of why it's heading here now. But yeah, I'm very curious to see what happens
on the not every image, but I did see an image this morning that they posted on Instagram, and it says that it's a Bahamian flagged. Bahamian. It's not Bohemian. I always think about that. Bahamian Rhapsody. It's different. Anyway, and as part of that Wall Street Journal profile on, it was basically, that's what it was, a profile on Imagineering and some of the things over the years. It had some interesting stuff about how Bob Iger is big on IP. I don't know if anybody figured that out yet. But it also talked about how Chapek was very budget focused, and that kind of took a toll on Imagineering.
I don't know if anybody knew about that.
Yeah, nobody figured that one out either. But then when Josh D'Amaro, after Chapek left, D'Amaro decided to bring back Bruce Vaughn after they canceled the Florida move and everything and get things back on track, basically. So we have some highlights in our post, but of course you can read the full profile on Wall Street Journal if you have a subscription or you have a free article. I think it's paywalled, but you can take a look at that, or you can check out our article for little tidbits about that. Did anything jump out to you, Tony? Did you read that by chance?
I haven't really paid attention to it, no. So
okay. Fair enough. Do we have any comments before we move on to this next story?
Yeah, real quick. Gio's a little upset that neither of Laughing Place's morning shows or podcasts were nominated. I think Brett, time for me to go. I don't know what he's talking about there, but maybe Disney
to Singapore to go on the Disney.
Yeah. And then Zadrian is a big fan of Emma Stone.
I like Emma Stone. I think she went to school in Scottsdale, Arizona, where I worked. So maybe I ran into Emma Stone and didn't know it because she wasn't famous yet.
Possible.
Anyway, let's get some updates on some updates, Tony.
All right. So we are getting a couple of updates at the Magic Kingdom to tide us over until whatever happens with those other two big headlining things. One of them being Big Thunder Mountain, which is currently closed right now for refurbishment at the park. It's set to open up in spring of 2026, but thanks to Good Morning America and Imagineer Wyatt Winter, we know a little bit more about what to expect. Apparently, all the audio animatronics inside will be refreshed. Effects that have not worked in years will be working again. But we've already known they have a new track. We're apparently getting all new ride vehicles as well. And then to tie in with the Gold Rush theme of the attraction, there will be gold props finally installed along there, which I thought was kind of strange to point out because I felt like there already had been, but maybe they're just going to be painted gold. I don't know.
Do you think we're getting a Tony Baxter AA?
Of oh my gosh, what's his name?
Barnabas or
Barnabas T. Bullion. Yeah,
that sounds right.
Yeah, I know it's bullion because it's gold.
Yeah,
but yeah, that'd be cool. I know. I always felt Bax's pictures kind of, at least in the Florida one, kind of tucked away. It's just like in this like weird corner. But
yeah. Well,
tying it, speaking of IP, tying it into that Society of Explorers and Adventurers.
Yeah.
Untied into any IP that's park intertwined. Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin also getting some updates at Magic Kingdom, also set for spring 2026. So I imagine there will be a big event for everything. But yeah, we're getting enhanced projections. So if you remember last year, we saw some enhanced projections get installed. That was likely them installing new equipment for what they've done now, because apparently, according to the Disney Parks post that posted this, they Pixar and WDI teamed up and animated a whole new sequence. If you've ever been on the ride, there is a moment where you're in a tunnel and a star field, and Zurg and Buzz are flying around all around you. That has been completely revamped and redone by Pixar animators and updated to new technology, because especially over time, it has faded into kind of oblivion. You don't really know what's going on or what to shoot at or anything like that. But now it's much more obvious. Also set for spring 2026.
I haven't been on this in a long time, but wasn't this one like the voices were still from the show instead of like the movie? Whereas the Disney one was more like the movie.
I don't think I want to say the show, because if I remember right, Patrick Warburton was the show voice. And it wasn't him in this.
Well, but the Zurg was different. I think this one was Newman, and I feel like the voices were different. Same thing. I feel like there's different voices between the Winnie the Pooh at Magic Kingdom and at Disneyland. But
fair.
Anyway, we're gonna check the Disney Plus. That is all for our top stories, believe it or not. We're gonna check the Disney Plus top 10 now.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing at this because Gio said, heard the sign is getting updated, maybe finally losing the Dream Flight relic.
Maybe. Did you see my new intro?
Oh, no, I didn't pay attention. I was looking at the comment. Sorry.
It's all right. It said T. Swifty LaRue. So, but number one, Tron Ares still hanging in there. Avatar, The Way of Water, the regular Avatar, Percy Jackson and the Olympians, which apparently that popped up at Hollywood Studios. We'll be bringing you that soon. The Fantastic Four First Steps still in there. Tron Legacy, Deadpool and Wolverine, Thunderbolts, Zootopia Plus, and Freakier Friday. So the Kyle curse continues. As soon as I ask about Taylor Swift, she's gone. So if you want something to not be in the Disney Plus top 10, just let me put it on.
Quick rant. When I was watching the Globes, and I think it continued today, there's a whole separate channel essentially of people just talking about how Taylor Swift's Eras Tour costumes and outfits inspired all of the show outfits that the celebrities wore and everything like that. Well, this looks like that silhouette and that looks like that. And then how many times the DJ, who was on point last night, by the way, played Taylor Swift throughout the night. So it was kind of like a weird underground Taylor Swift takeover of the Golden Globes, even though she had nothing to do with them.
That makes sense. Yeah. I did see the return of the Mac drop. That was pretty good.
That was fantastic. And then another one I liked was when they played APT or Apata, when Judd Apatow walked out.
Oh, so, I like that.
Yeah.
And I've had my share of bad reviews. I still remember my first good one, though. Everything else in this production of Our Town was simply terrible. Joey Tribbiani was abysmal.
Normally, when we do our reviews, we read written reviews. But today, I want to bring us our very first video review in case you missed it, of Mike drinking pink milk. So let me see if I can unmute this and
milk.
rewind it.
You know, I'm a Star Wars.
I don't know how to rewind it. I will refresh instead.
Oh, I'm here at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge at Disneyland. That's the milk stand behind me there. Yesterday, they debuted the new pink milk. You know, I'm a Star Wars guy, but I'm not dressed. I just realized I'm wearing a Galactus shirt. We've had the blue milk. We've had the green milk. It's time to try the pink milk. Here we go. Oh, pink milk is where it's at, guys. It tastes like bubble gum. If you don't like the green milk or blue milk, come down and try the pink milk. This is right up my alley. It's very fruity, and I recommend it. Enjoy. May the force be with you.
You know, he says that it tastes like bubblegum and it's pink, so I can only imagine it's actually made with amoxicillin.
Probably.
If you ever had as many ear infections as I did as a kid, then you know all about that.
So I was funny because we did the live stream not too long after that, and I asked him, like, well, there's so many ways you could categorize bubblegum in their flavor. I'm like, was it like Big League Chew? Was it like bubblegum toothpaste? And he said it was like the bubblegum you would get in baseball card packs as a kid. So
okay.
Yep.
So yeah, pink milk's available along with blue, and even though green is not on the menu, it is apparently still available. I will also say that somehow heartbreak feels good in a hat like that. You can check out more of Mike's thoughts on pink milk over on our TikTok and other social media accounts.
And the rest.
Tony, 3D printing.
Yeah.
I was at CES and I got to talk to Siemens a little bit about 3D printing, but we finally got to see it out in the, I guess, literal wild.
Okay, yeah. So this isn't Siemens. It's Disney collaborated with a group called Hattie, which is based out of
So they collaborate with Siemens, and Hattie collaborate on so it's a whole like, lineage, but yeah.
Okay, so anytime I saw Hattie before, because this has kind of been not in the works, but talked about for a little while now, if you're paying attention to the right places.
Laughing Place
is one of those places. They've collaborated on this prop, and it's really nothing noteworthy for the ride itself, the Jungle Cruise at Disneyland. It's in the background, as you can see here at the either the load or the unload, but you see it back there. Really, it's just a matter of, can we do this large scale for productions in the future? And it looks pretty proven. Yes, they could. So who knows what's going to happen as time goes on, but definitely worth kind of checking out and knowing, hey, that's 3D printed. But if you weren't paying attention, you'd have no idea. It just looks like something new on the Jungle Cruise.
Yeah. And so at CES, they had King Louis's throne that was 3D printed. You'll see this in my Laughing Place on location this Sunday. But yeah, so Siemens worked with Hattie, who then works with Disney, and they talked about kind of the promise of 3D. So now mentioned the Jungle Cruise, which is how I did it. It was the same people
like Fantasmic.
What?
That kind of stuff. Yep.
Anyway, moving on from that, so look for more 3D printed things coming to the Disney parks. Percy Jackson and the Olympians. I just mentioned that there's something over at Hollywood Studios, but before that, DCA has turned that little corner that they use for advertising into a Percy Jackson display. Previously, I think the last one was Jonas Brothers. This was kind of interesting. I like the water effect. It's not actual water, but I like the spill effect coming out of the stairs here. I think that's actually kind of fun.
A lot of times, like Disney kind of holds on to their marketing stuff. Earlier, I did a post for the Orange County Sheriff using drones to monitor the Walt Disney World Marathon this weekend, and they had the Baymax balloon from when the Baymax series came out on Disney Plus. And I'm like, right here, they could have also, because it's a city street, right? They could have put that billboard from that activation out there. I thought that would have been cool, but yeah, you get this little water effect here.
That's exactly what I was thinking, was how much better that sort of thing was. But yeah, so you can catch that, and if you're at DCA, that's where they changed their advertising for the latest Disney Plus and Disney Channel properties.
My favorite one was when the Disney Junior one hit, and everybody, because they had just announced Bluey was coming to the parks, and everybody thought that's where Bluey was going to show up, and then nothing happened.
Oh. Well, if you're a Magic Key holder and you're attending the Lunar New Year celebration for between January 23rd and January 26th from 2 to 7, you can pick up this year of the cow button. They also have Year the horse. Sorry, not cow. That's a horse. But yeah, so there's also exclusive merchandise that you can purchase, but you'll get a free button. So there you go. For being a Magic Key holder, you get something for free. All right, Tony, you ready for your quiz?
Sure.
I know the sheet says Doobie, but you're here, so I'll ask you instead. On this day in 1951, an actress was born. She was in 1988 touchstone film called Shoot to Kill. She later hosted a television special, Wonderful World of Disney, 40 Years of Television Magic, and starred in 1997's made-for-TV Wonderful World of Disney film Toothless. But she's much better known for being on Cheers and other projects.
What's the name? Oh, I'm sorry. That's the answer. What year?
Which year for what? Was she born? 51.
Yeah. Kirstie Alley?
Kirstie Alley, yes. 1957. Someone who was a king of animation until he became problematic.
1957? Don Bluth?
No.
No? Okay. Also, that's more of an opinion. Not really
associated with Pixar, and then
John Lasseter.
John Lasseter, yeah. This day in 1990, something opened at Epcot. It's not an attraction. It's not a restaurant. It's not. I don't know what else to say, but it's something that was added to Epcot, and I'm a big fan of. I'll say that.
What year?
1990.
Something was added to Epcot. It's not an attraction, not a restaurant. Big fan of it. My first thought is the International Gateway, but I think that's
you are correct. It's the International Gateway. I'm so glad you got that.
Because that was when the hotels started popping up back there.
Yeah. On this day in 2001, something opened at the Disneyland Resort.
2001? Today? Did I talk about it earlier?
I mean, you're going to talk about it when you do a walk and talk with Michael.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Downtown Disney.
Yes. Happy 25th anniversary to Downtown Disney. I guess before that, it was just Disneyland. Now it's a Disneyland Resort.
Yep.
So there you go. And then finally, I don't know when the official name changed. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Because I remember, I feel like, I know California Adventure was last.
Yeah.
I can't remember if Grand Californian was before Downtown Disney or not. So.
Finally, on this day in 2016, a Disney-owned channel rebranded.
Was that Toon Disney to XD?
No, it's a good guess, though.
Okay.
I'll give you a hint. People didn't think this was allowed to happen.
Was it Family Channel Freeform?
Yeah, from ABC Family to Freeform. Yep.
I went further back, sorry.
Originally, they wanted to call it XYZ, but apparently they didn't realize that in the contract that they signed, it said that it would have to keep the name Family in the name. So I don't know how they got away with changing it to Freeform eventually, but yeah, that's in case you ever wonder why Freeform shows the 700 Club. It's because contractually obligated. Well, in case you missed it, Sorcerer's Streak is back. The question that ended yesterday was about will Disney Parks' official Instagram account have a post or reel by midnight, between midnight and 5 p.m. Pacific, acknowledging the 25th anniversary of Downtown Disney. Let's take a look at that so far. Does not look like it. Looks like we got Mater's. I don't even know if this is from today, and something for Disneyland handcrafted. So far, the answer is no, but we'll see. They have several more hours to make it happen. Today's question is about wait times. The off-season is really here. Will the longest wait time at Magic Kingdom be 90 minutes or more anytime by 9 p.m. Eastern on Tuesday? What do you think, Tony?
because it is you include 90 minutes, I'll say yes.
I think that's a good. Yeah, I think something like Guardians or whatever could still, or Test Track's been really popular.
Well, it says it's Magic Kingdom.
Oh, that's a great point. Not Walt Disney
I was
World in
thinking
general.
Tron, to your point.
Yeah, and Tron, and yeah, we'll see. Especially with that thing coming to an end, unless it already did, because I don't remember when that happens.
January
Normally-
20th is the first day back.
Normally, I check the leaderboard, but we haven't settled any questions yet. But somehow Geo is still in the lead. Just I don't know how, but yeah, we'll see what changes once things actually start locking in. But go ahead and play Sorcerer Streak, laughingplace.com/streak. And there you go. Anything else, Tony? Any other comments we want to get to? Because we are done with the content of this show.
Geo says, like the card packs, so it loses flavor pretty quick, referring to the baseball gum flavor.
And it's just like stiff as a board. And
Well, when he said that at first too, I immediately thought, oh, so you can't really like drink it. You just have to like rip your gums open and chew. I think Kirstie Alley is who he's referring to here when Geo says, if you mentioned her role in Star Trek, I might have gotten it. And then hooray for like a minute for him winning Sorcerer Streak.
Yes.
Adrian says Buzz Lightyear is his favorite character, or is their favorite character. And then, yeah, back to the Dream Play comment. So
very nice. Well, thank you all for joining us. Let me pull something up because we have a new schedule that we're posting on Laughing Place each week. You can find it on X, or we post it on. Did you know that, Tony, that we have a community section where we sometimes can post things like on other social networks? So there you go. Here's our schedule for today. You're watching the first one right now, the Disney Morning Show. Walk and Talk at Downtown Disney. It says 2 p.m. I think it's at 1 p.m. We'll see. Which one are you scheduled it for? 1?
Well, it will be scheduled for 1 because that's what that schedule says. Not this schedule.
Sorry, should have caught that earlier. But and then we'll have Disney Parks Talk live at 4 o'clock today, tomorrow 4 Show Tuesday, and then etc. etc. So be sure to ring the bell and subscribe so you know whenever we go live. Anything else you want to add before we say bye-bye, Tony?
Nope.
All right. Thanks. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Have a great day.